Hands are on. Oh, live now. Love this. Love seeing all these faces. Hey, everyone. Gonna slowly let all of you in. Oh, look at all you coming in. Love it, love it, love it. A couple of you came in forever ago too. Love the excitement we got going on so we can get this live going. Absolutely love it, everyone. You're bringing the fire this week. Can't wait to talk about everything you've been doing this week. We'll just wait another moment here. We are live on Facebook. I'm going to try to look at the chat, but I don't have Coach Lucas today being able to do our live chat on Facebook. So I'm going to try to keep looking at it every once in a while. I might be near the end for anyone looking live right now. And we're about to get going in just a moment here. I'm just going to double check to see if anyone's sitting there looking for us on the live. Awesome. Okay, got comments. Okay. I'm going to start sharing my screen here, everyone. Perfect. I'm going to open up the chat box. Could any one of you amazing people please let me know if you could see my screen here tonight? Thank you, Jackie, and good evening to you as well. We're good. Thank you. Appreciate the help. Thank you, everyone. Love it. So we can dive in here today. So welcome to your weekly training session. I'm Crystal from Lionheart Strength. I'll start with a quick intro so you know who I am. Well, then we'll dive into why you're actually here tonight, and we'll get into all this good stuff. So I started my journey way too many years ago, let me tell you. Spent 5 years chasing pretty much whatever I could come up with that would just make me lose the weight fast, right? Whatever the internet told me. Internet lies. Found that out the hard way. 5 struggling years to lose only 60 pounds. That is not normal. This, however, is very accurate with a lot of our weight loss journeys, but this shouldn't be normal, right? In my 6th year, I learned the secrets to this healthy weight loss we're talking about, right? And losing my last 62 pounds of over 120-pound weight loss in only 2 rounds of 90 days. In the 7th year, I learned how to maintain my weight, but I also fixed my anxiety, my depression, and my binge eating disorder. Over 500 days binge-free currently. But let's take a quick second to talk about our company's why so we can dive in here because I'm about to celebrate all of you. So I had no support, absolutely none, if I can be perfectly honest, not even my family. Yet I still was able to shred 120 pounds, beat anxiety, depression, and my eating disorder on my own. Oh, there's Jess. There's Jess. But at Lionheart Strength, you get 2-for-1 coaches. Your second coach, Lucas, also shred 100 pounds. Because he was always, injured. He kept hurting his lower back. Last year, he tore his hamstring even, but that was while water skiing. And so we went through school for corrective exercise and mobility work. So we can actually prevent a lot of these injuries and strengthen you for the rest of life. Before we dive in today, just as every other live call we got here, just want to clarify, there is nothing to buy on this call, okay? So keep all your credit cards away and learn your little hearts off so you can put this free training to good use. So let's all give ourselves one hell of a good job. Like, I'm serious. You all crushed week 1 of our challenge. You built new habits, built upon old habits, shifted your mindset, hit those calories, and we're determined to do this for your health. This is what you've been needing for so long. Yes, Jess, congrats everyone, and congrats to you, Jess. You have been crushing it all week as well. Thank you. And I am honestly I don't think there's even a better word, just super proud of all of you for sticking out week 1, because it's only going to get more fun here, and we're all bonding together, forming this amazing community, mixing in with older clients and new ones, and we're meshing so well. I want to thank you for keeping that engagement up, because remember, that's our winner, right? Whoever's out there posting, commenting, supporting others the most, $500 is yours. And number 2, I also want to say that I'm so proud that you're making you a priority and your health. This is probably for most of you for the very first time that you've put yourself first, and your health would agree. This is your year, right? Let's bring that heat, people. Let's see that excitement here in the chat. I want to see how excited you are. We just crushed the first week together, and look at how strong all of you are doing that little bit of shift with your mind. Yes. Woo, woo. Let's see what else. What other excitement do we got going on here in the group, people? Ooh, I like that emoji, Jackie. The little black and white dude there. Love it. Okay. Well, I think we're going to need to bring the heat a little bit more, people. So I'm going to build you up to that, because I think we can do a lot better. I know you can, from how awesome you've been in all the comments and on the Pride all week. But I wanted to also give everyone one last reminder to add in your weight and your photos from yesterday and to trainerize for week 1. So let's see those results we're talking about, right? In the chat, I want to see what progress you have made. How much weight have you lost in week number 1? Type how much you've lost in the chat. Oh, how much did I say this morning? I think I was at 3.6 pounds down 1 week in, skipping one workout, going to a birthday party, and eating a huge piece of Dairy Queen ice cream cake. Lost about 1.5 pounds, 1.8 pounds. These small changes we're talking about, 2.9 pounds. See, look at these results. David, next time you can go to your gym, find out about that scale there. See, these are the results, right? These small shifts. And we're finally, so many of you came to me saying that you hit this plateau. You haven't lost any weight in years or only gaining. Look at these. That is not a small win. That is a large win. 3 pounds, Jess. Look at Jess, 3 pounds. She's putting in the work, people. All of you are. Everyone here tonight, you're putting in that work. It's amazing. And who is slowly forming this mindset shift to lose the fat and sustain it? Let me hear in the chat. Who's forming that mindset here? It's a bit of both. Yeah, Jackie. You're getting that mindset. I've seen it already this week. We've talked so much, and you are getting so mentally strong. Super proud of this girl right here, Jackie. Yes. No one else is forming any type of mindset change in our Mindset Mindful Fat Loss Challenge? You're losing some weight? Mindset change for the long haul. Yes, for sure. Not the quick loss. Yes. Healthy habits so you can sustain this. I never want you to go through this ever again. That is the goal. That's what we do here. But once we master the mind, right, we're going to melt away that fat. I got you. Each and every one of you. This community that we keep building is getting strong. You're a huge part of this. Keeping up that engagement and those small routines with your challenge for 2 more weeks will have life-lasting effects. Reach out to me if you need any help, okay? So we're going to dive in here. Oh, maybe if I get my screen correct. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Good to double check comments. We're good. Okay, so now we're going to dive into our topic for tonight. meal prepping and choosing our meals. Now, to be very honest, most of us just overcomplicate this because that's how we tackle health and fitness. Every step has been overcomplicated with too much information out there. We need to pull back, okay? We need to keep things simple. We use the KISS method. Keep it super simple. This is how our clients have so much success, spending less time on the complicated parts because we keep it simple. So where do we start? Does anyone remember where we told you to start with your recipes for this challenge? You know, there's 2 docs to use together if you want to crush this challenge. I want to see in the chat here, what 2 documents are you using right now from our guides in our Facebook group? Let's see who's putting this to good use. Grocery list, we already got one. Awesome, that was really fast, Deborah. What's number 2? What's the second one we're using? The actual method of how to put these meals together. Saved on the desktop. Nice work. Love it. 4x4, Jackie. There you go. Deborah and Jackie, you got it. We use our grocery checklist and our 4x4 method. These are the exact same steps our successful clients take to be successful. So start by looking at the grocery checklist and see which items you enjoy or are willing to try. Getting out of our comfort zones here and trying different cuts as well. So like maybe some recipes you can use ground beef, some maybe, let's use flank steak, sometimes beef ribs. Mixing it up will be key. Then we move into taking action on our 4x4 method. So choose that protein and we don't stick with the same one for every meal. And we choose a vegetable, choose a healthy fat, and choose another carb, all while remembering that 80-20 rule and not eating 80% of the comfort foods. 20% are these goodies, okay? So you would honestly be surprised how many combinations you can come up with the 4x4 method by changing it up and adding in variety like spices or different cooking oils, even trying like compound butters. So let's just quickly recap the grocery checklist, okay? So here are just some of the protein sources. You got some eggs, any cut of meat, any fish, dairy milks, tofu, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, the list goes on. And here's some vegetable sources. Asparagus, how about some carrots, celery, cucumber, onions. How about those peas? I love me some spaghetti squash every once in a while too. Some spinach, zucchini, you get it, right? So then some healthy fats. How about that butter, that EVOO, that extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, avocado, nut butters, and nuts and seeds. And here are just a few of the many other carb sources. We got your potatoes and sweet potatoes, all rice, all fruit. You got your oats, flax seeds, honey or real maple syrup is really good for you. We got your garlic and your ginger. How about that dark chocolate? I know we got some lovers here, some chocolate, right? That's in this category. How about some tomato sauce? What is calm? Oh, where did I put a typo? What is calm there, Deborah? It's in the veggies, I think. Calm. Let me see. Okay, sure. I'll go back quick. Probably supposed to say corn. Let's see. Yeah, it says corn on my screen. The letters are just really close in the font, I think. All good. Wanted to see what calm was myself. I wonder what new vegetable I created. So let's see. And we also gave you all this macro cheat sheet. Okay. So now you also can see which macros are a combo. So like beans are a carb, but they have protein. Or let's say you buy the higher fat content Greek yogurt. I myself use 0%, but let's say you buy the higher fat Greek yogurt or even cottage cheese. They are a protein source and a fat source, but they're higher in protein. So recap for your 4x4 method. We got that protein, that vegetable, healthy fat, additional carb. Keep your nutrition simple. And don't forget, you can add multiple items in each category, like using maybe 2 or 3 vegetables in a recipe if that helps with variety as well. You know, there's lots of veggies in a stir fry. There's a good one for you, right? Or even if you look at the grocery checklist, adding in onions or garlic into a meal, right? That can be on top of the 4x4 and make so much difference for your meal. So getting into real recipes is farther ahead than where we're at in this journey right now. It's much more simple than we make it out to be. I can list dozens of each macro that are great sources, and we've provided these for you. We're not at the stage yet because we're still learning. We're learning the basics before we start learning the more advanced techniques. Only once we nail those basics, then we can build upon our new habits and routines. Most days, I use the 4x4 method for my own meals, and it's made my cooking time go down, saving me time, people. And my grocery bill goes down. Time and money saved. That is the goal, right? So when we're cooking, that's what we're thinking about. How can we save time? How can we save money? So for example, not one of us hit our exact calories this week for our challenge, okay? Some did get very close, but none of us actually hit them. This needs to be mastered before complicating or sometimes overcomplicating our meals. So some of the most successful and drastic transformations I have ever seen were done from the people that mostly ate the same foods, but varied the way they cooked them and the spices they used, okay? We have to keep with the variety. And why? Why are they more successful? Because it's simple, affordable, and easy to maintain. Aren't these all the things that we're looking for? You say you want simple, affordable, you want to maintain this weight loss, right? This is exactly what I'm giving you. So let's look at Tanya. She even loves to add spices into her scrambled eggs. Like she likes to even use turmeric to mix things up. Or for snack going to bed, she'll go back and forth with cashews versus like almonds, okay? Or Stephanie eats a lot of vegetables, as should all of us, but she loves them. And cooking them in different methods has allowed her to stay on track and not get bored with the food. Steph unfortunately had to go to bed. Her schedule changed. She did message me. She was going to come here tonight. But who here has had great long-term success with a meal plan? Let's see in the chat here. I want to see you drop the word success. If you have ever been on a meal plan and you sustained it, you've still kept that weight off to this day. Nope. Good honest answer, Jackie. Thank you. If I had, I wouldn't be here. Right, Jess. This is what everyone says they want, but it's not sustainable. If I can be frank with all of you, and honestly, I pretty much am all the time, meal plans are crap, okay? They don't teach you anything. They teach you how to follow a strict plan. Remember, we're all about no restriction. They teach you how to follow a strict plan and learn nothing about nutrition, nothing about your macros, nothing about how to sustain it. This is what we're talking about. We need to sustain it. Otherwise, you're going to be on this journey again. No, last time, okay? You have to sustain this. So you're then stuck eating meals that are honestly pretty similar to like a charcuterie board, as they make no sense on the same plate even together. And what happens when you need to eat out one night and you don't have a meal, then you don't have a meal that's on your meal plan? What happens when you go to someone's house for dinner without having that meal plan, right? You didn't learn anything, so you can't apply it. Meal plans work. If you never want to eat out, you never want to eat with anyone, never want to be social, never want to learn what to do, you just want to lose your weight and stay on that meal plan for life because you're never going to learn to maintain it. That's what a meal plan is good for. We have used meal plans in the past in our program. We used to be almost all CEOs. We have a lot of top level CEOs in our program, and they use a lot of the meal plans, okay? But they're aware that they are not learning anything about their nutrition. And a lot of them have come off and are doing phenomenal on these macros. It is a beautiful day to see them go, you know what? I want to actually learn. So I'm going to show you just a couple of meals here from our clients. They do amazing jobs. You know, that 4x4 and add to it. Maybe a couple recipes here and there. So here are just a couple of them. And look, yes, we eat pasta, folks. You don't have to eliminate pasta. Let's see what else we got. We got some soup. I think that's some quinoa, lots of different eggs there. We've got some meatballs at the top. Some Greek yogurt dip and apples, one of my favorites even. Some oatmeal, nice little stir fries. Look at those to-go plates. Our clients even went on their lifestyle change at someone else's home, okay? These aren't these little Chinette, I think is the brand name, aren't from their own home, right? They're out on the go, making their plans fit their lifestyle. And here's the last one here. There's even some quiche in there and baked potatoes, some sour cream, some cheese on that sandwich, some soup, homemade bread. We don't restrict ourselves, and that's what a meal plan does. For us, we don't pump out recipes. We only send them out weekly in our newsletter. So sign up there if you do want some of those to use on your journey, plus some serious tips we drop every single week there, okay? Not just all this free stuff that we give you every Tuesday night and throughout the whole week. We also get them to your email as well for our newsletter. And for our clients, everything is tailored. Not a single client has the same macros as another. And I'm serious, I don't even have one with the same. That means that the recipes we would give out would need to all be tailored to the macros they have for the day. So some recipes need to be, let's say, like carb heavy, okay? And then sometimes they need to be protein heavy, but it depends on the day and the client. Any recipes I use myself, I adjust per week, okay? So none of my recipes are in stone, and this is on purpose. So I know there's like, let's say like a pepper inside of the meal that I have to cut up. But even which color, I can change that up week to week. Or what about all the picky eaters looking to substitute most items in the recipe? There's so many what ifs. I prepared a ton of chicken in the freezer this week for easy meals. Love that, Deborah. Wow, you are taking notice and action. Nice work. That is amazing. That's exactly what I do to help make this super simple. I know how busy of a week you got, girl. All seasoned differently. Look at her go. Look at this variety. This is amazing. Oh, inspiring there, Deborah. Love this. So let's say if you like to use some recipes, okay? Stick to recipes that are mostly whole food ingredients and have as little ingredients as possible. So here's how I actually started my journey with finding recipes and how I still adopt them to my macros, okay? This is exactly how I do it. And I did start going through this with a couple of you today in Messenger, which is great. And I gave out my honey garlic chicken crock pot recipe to a couple people, which is probably my easiest, actually. I probably top 3 easiest crock pot meals. So these are really good and they freeze really well. Defrosted it today to eat it for lunch. So I start with Pinterest. Who here loves Pinterest, right? I want to see the word Pinterest if you're a fan. I'm sure you're a big fan. I'm a big fan. I pretty much only use it for food, but I know it's great for a million different topics. Yes, Jess, I can't wait to see you make that meal. Any Pinterest friends here? I'm sure there's quite a few. Deborah, I have a feeling you probably have a whole list on Pinterest for clothing. See? Love it. Haven't used it in a while, of course. Yep. Yeah, I know your style there, Deborah. Love it. So this is how I start. I go to Pinterest. I very literally type the words crock pot chicken and search until I find a recipe I want to try. One with few ingredients, almost all whole foods, lots of flavor so I don't get bored, and easy to make. I stay away from most recipes with processed foods and try not to use ingredients that come from a box. Now, you don't need to use chicken. This is my example. This is how I actually make every meal for every week for my lunches. So I can make sure I always hit my protein every single week, unless I make a beef stir fry, which I'm a big fan of. I love beef stir fries versus chicken for some reason. I can eat beef stir fry every week. So I search until I find a good one. Then I look into substitutions, like Greek yogurt to replace equal parts for sour cream, or low-fat cheese instead of full-fat, or top the individual portion with cheese instead of on top. And I load up on the veggies if they're in the crock pot, or add them to the side. Has anyone looked at the tiny, I mean tiny amounts of protein in most of these meals that you find the recipes from? No wonder we find it hard to hit our protein. Most recipes with chicken, I find, call for 1 pound of breast or thighs. A freaking pound. Every single crock pot meal I make is 1,600 to 2,200 grams of chicken breast weighed raw. Very, very rarely do I ever use under 2,000 grams, if I'm being honest. This makes me 8 to 10 lunches of protein and flavor-packed meals. This typically means to add in more spices than the recipe calls for, so keep that in mind. Sometimes I double or even triple the amount of spices because of the extra protein that I had to add in. Sometimes you also have to add in a little more liquid. So I look for ways to cut back on calories in most meals, like swapping milk or cream for cashew milk, or swapping out jarred spaghetti sauce with strained tomatoes, saving hundreds of calories per meal. Then I get to eat some more of the good stuff because we did small little hacks to make them low calorie and packed full of that protein. And one of my favorite crock pot meals are chili and spaghetti, cooking in bulk and high protein, flavorful, but simple. But I always started off with the 4x4, then branched out, okay? So you can do 4x4, slowly add garlic, slowly add onions, slowly add a little bit of tomato sauce, slowly add more and more spices. And you can branch out, right? Maybe for your fats, maybe you're using canned coconut milk, okay? Thinking outside the box, outside of our comfort zones, but keeping it simple. As we overcomplicate our nutrition, as we do with our health. But when we take a step back, okay? Take that step back to master these skills. We realize how much easier this all is when we trust the process and are willing to get out of those comfort zones to try our programming. So here are a couple meals I love to make from Pinterest to give you some ideas if you're at that stage, okay? Now I'm gonna put this up, but if you're really looking for some ideas, I would honestly take a screenshot of these, okay? I believe I'm gonna have 2 of these screens up. The reason I say to screenshot it is these are the words of my recipes I have saved in Pinterest. You can go find the exact recipes I use. Then you can start with your substitutions, adding in more spices, adding in more protein, okay? These are all super flavorful dishes, and I never, and I mean never, get sick of any of my foods or dishes. I always have to mix it up. That's why I don't have 2 or 3 crock pot meals in here. I have a buttload on here for you, okay? So I'm giving you all of this so you can go and Pinterest after. That would be my suggestion. So if you're at this stage here, okay? So low-cal versions of these crock pot meals, and you can type word for word into Pinterest. Then you can make it a little bit lower calorie maybe, if need be, okay? Remember, we don't have to make everything low calorie, right? We're just trying to make them fit better with our macros. So here's some examples for you. We got butter chicken. I'm actually making that tomorrow for meal prep. We got tikka masala, one pot chicken pot pie. That's what I posted the other day with my pasta that I made. We got one pot chicken and rice, honey garlic chicken. Oh, phenomenal. Ate that today. Teriyaki chicken, very similar in taste. I'll let you know. Honey garlic is slightly better. Rustic chicken, chicken marsala, cilantro lime chicken, jalapeno popper chicken salad. I swap out the mayo and sour cream for equal parts Greek yogurt. Oh my God, this is phenomenal. I eat it in so many different ways. I've eaten it in a wrap, on a sandwich, and lettuce boats on its own. That is a go-to recipe, but it is a little bit higher calorie. There's also some low-fat cheese in there that I swap out. Let's see what else we got. Slow cooker chicken. Oh. Slow cooker chicken with tomatoes and bell peppers. Honey mustard chicken. That is a must try. Skinny chicken fajita soup. If you like soups, that is one of my favorite soups. And I actually have a hard time finishing my whole bowl because it's that filling. And I do all of the different types of chicken curry dishes, or chicken or beef stew. You could do too. I like those. Chicken tacos is a really good one. Coconut chicken and sweet potato curry, chicken rice soup. Kung Pao chicken is really good. And the original recipe for that one is Kung Pao shrimp. I just subbed out the chicken, which is great with all these meals. I literally just swap. Some days I also will swap chicken breasts for chicken thighs for the extra added fat as well. It's all about swapping these out to fit our macros better. And here's the next page here that I would recommend screenshotting, or like I said, look at it tomorrow. We got buffalo crock pot chicken. 3 ingredients, I believe, if I remember this one correctly. 3. This is a great one that you can start with in the crock pot. If I'm correct, I believe this is Frank's and chicken and Greek yogurt, and that is it, I believe. We got slow cooker Fiesta Ranch chicken, chicken noodle soup, 1 pot chicken cordon bleu. I haven't made that one in a while. Pulled chicken, peanut butter chicken. I believe that one might be called Thai peanut butter chicken. That's a really tasty one. Unstuffed cabbage roll. Those are great. I also have done that as a soup. Taco soup is a really good one, but the one I use used to be a keto recipe, so it is high fat. Oh my God, it tastes so good though. You'll really impress people too if you have them over and you make that taco soup, let me tell you. Crock Pot Meatballs. And I love to do veggie packed lasagna and spaghetti. I jam pack those veggies in there. And before all this happened the last year and a half, every single Saturday I used to go hang out with a couple of my friends, and they would basically like crap no matter what was going on. All the candy, all the chocolates, takeout, just everything the whole time. So every Saturday I started making a crock pot meal. For me, I knew that my 2 guy friends and their kids were eating a healthy, nutritious dinner once a week. And that was something I was willing to do for them. So I didn't really bring over like mac and cheese and that kind of stuff. We did spaghetti and lots of stuff with those veggies, right? But the kids, they loved it and had no idea veggies were in there either. Do you add all these to My Fitness Pal as a new meal as you make them? Deborah. So what I do is put these in as a recipe. So if you go to the ultimate guide, go into the recipe, I believe it's then add manually and then add each individual item and save that as a recipe. Then when you go to log it, log the recipe. So for example, if I was going to make, let's say the taco soup, that would probably make 6 to 10 bowls. Okay. So I would probably write down that however many between that I would want for my portion. Then we're going to weigh them when it's cooked, right? And that's how we're going to do it and add them. Now, there's a whole lot of things that you can also do with saving as a meal. So there's certain items with the 4x4 method that I'll put that in and save that as a meal. Okay, so that's a great one. But you can also put all those in as a recipe, okay? Especially if you don't think you're going to finish all of your food and you have to go and weigh it after. That might be too much of a hassle, okay? So if it's going to be too much and you're not 100% sure you're going to eat it all, a recipe is great there. So then there's tips to speed up meal prep too, right? I'm sure we all want to get meal prep done and over with so we can hit those goals faster, right? So like these crock pot meals we're talking about, right? This is going to speed things up. Prep and start when you go to bed. This is what I do. So 8 hours later, on low, it's cooked. Time to wake up, turn it off, portion out 8 to 10 meals, ready while you slept. It cooked the whole time while you were sleeping. There was like, I don't know, somewhere way under 20 minutes of prep. It cooked overnight. Now you just have to portion it out. So you can then prep, like your fruits and veggies on, let's say, the weekend. You can create what we like to call grab and go. This is where you have fruits and veggies as snacks ready to grab on your way out the door. So not something in a package, like a Nutri-Grain bar or a Rice Krispie square, right? Not a protein shake or a bar. Something nutritious is great. Even something like even pieces of cheese and maybe some peanut butter, or an apple and some peanut butter, right? We can get these combos going too. I love taking a banana, a couple strawberries, and a tablespoon of peanut butter. That is one that I'll actually take to the mall with me and I'll have as a snack as well. So when I'm out and about and I need stuff, that is a great one I take very often. I love that idea. Cook while sleeping. Yes, it's amazing because you can save so much time, right? And you wake up smelling some good food and that's your progress right there that you're smelling right there, and you took the extra time, but you saved time by meal prepping in the crock pot. So another way you can save a lot of time is including freezing extra meals. I always keep, rice, taco meat, spaghetti, and chili in my freezer at all times. That way, if I'm too tired, too lazy, or on my way out in a hurry, let's say, because that has happened many times, especially if my internet goes out, I got to book it to town really fast so I can be here for all of you. So if I'm in a hurry, I have to grab some of these meals. And I always have meals ready in minutes. Or if I'm going to someone's house, then I'm not really sure, let's say, if I want to eat what they're having. I'll bring my frozen meals sometimes. And maybe I won't even actually eat it, but maybe I will. And making a meal lower calorie can also mean adding more veggies. My spaghettis and my lasagnas are jam-packed with veggies and super low calorie. I can't even believe how huge, and I mean huge, of a portion I eat of spaghetti sauce every single time because it's so low calorie. I got this giant bowl of spaghetti sauce because there's so much vegetables. So that's a great one and really good for the kids. So take these tips and apply them, okay? You're gonna first pull back and start off simple. This may not be what you think you want, but these are the tips you need to be successful long term. We had someone leave the challenge only I forget if it was second or third day in, okay? Because they didn't get a free meal plan. They said the only reason they joined our free challenge was for a free meal plan. Some people have even joined for recipes, but we need to pull back, okay? You're not needing the recipes right now. You're needing to build these skills. You're overcomplicating things. So remember, our clients are successful using the grocery checklist we're talking about and the 4x4 method because none of us overcomplicate nutrition. None of us need to, I guess I should say. We enjoy meal prepping because it takes less time, less stress too, right? We're all working on these stress levels, less money, and I love a variety of meals. So build these habits and expand on them, okay? I have 3 different breakfasts that I absolutely love and all these crock pot meals for lunch. And 4x4 as well typically is what I do for my dinner. So next time you think you need those recipes, I want you to first pause, assess, take that step back, okay? Put the grocery checklist and 4x4 method into play to see the most results. Don't forget, I did give you all those recipes you can look up on Pinterest. So I don't know about all of you, but I'm ready to give away some free shit. Anyone here ready and excited for some prizes tonight? Let's see what you think about that in the chat. I want to see you bring the heat, people. Who wants these prizes? Who worked hard this week to get these prizes, okay? I want to see, yeah, free shit, Jess. Type prizes into the chat so we can announce some hard-working winners tonight. I got 6 winners to throw at all of you. 6 people are getting some prizes. Yeah, prizes. Yeah, David. Yes, Deborah. We all want some more prizes, right? Free shit. Yes, I'm going to keep dropping them at you. You keep bringing the heat. I'm going to keep giving you that free shit. So first, we have our mini. I like that emoji, Stacy. First, we have our mini challenge to go through. Okay. So, let's see. I got 2 things on the live. Oh, Deborah, I try not to eat more meat, I try not to eat meat more than 1 meal a day. I'm struggling to eat enough protein though. I haven't hit my protein goal in my fitness pal once. Advice? I love tofu and eggs. What else can I eat for protein? Okay, Deborah, I mean, if you want, I can go through these here. And then if you want, you and I can talk. We can talk one-on-one later too. But this is a really good question. So I'm going to try and see if I can squeeze this in here. So first, let's go through all this fun stuff, right? These prizes. I want to get you some free shit right now. So first, that mini challenge. Remember that mini challenge we did last week? We announced Tuesday night to do Wednesday and Thursday. Last week's mini challenge was to eat 1 fruit Wednesday and Thursday. Who here completed the challenge? I want you to draw me any fruit emoji in the chat. Let's see who participated here. All good, Jess, all good. Oh, Jess, right beside the word everyone, there's like a square and then a smiley face. At least on my computer, it might be different on the phone. I think you're on your computer though. Ooh, that pear, we got an orange. Awesome. Okay, so our winner of our mini challenge, there you go, Stacey, you got 2, is, and I really honestly want one of those, you know that easy button? I want one of those, but as a drum roll for this, okay? To announce our winners. I feel like that drum roll would really add to that effect. So our mini challenge winner is, and she's on this call tonight, Jess Foley. Congratulations. Let's all congratulate Jess, who won herself a $10 Amazon gift card. I'll send you a message tomorrow and get that all over to you. And a bigger congrats for taking charge of your health. And you came into the program today. Jess came into her challenge without a moment to even prep and has been determined to make this her year. You go, girl. How about some of those congratulations, right? How awesome. Thank you. Look at this community we're getting. Nice, Jess. Awesome. Thank you. You're very welcome. Awesome, Jess. Congrats. See, look at this community. We're all supporting each other. You're making me so proud over here. So let's go on to our next one. Because I got 6, right? We're going to be messaging all of you. So next we had our weekly challenge to hit our calories week number 1, okay? Remember, we didn't do any macros just to try and hit our calories week 1. So who here got maybe within like 200 calories? I want to see any of your favorite emojis. Who got within even 200? Couple days? Couple days is good, Jess. That's a win. Don't forget. Not every day though. But right, we're building this habit, Deborah, right? We're working especially for you. We're going to keep bringing those calories up. Perfect. So I think I got within 400. See, Jackie, we're doing the same thing with you, right? We got to get those up because I know how low those are right now. Getting there. David, I am so proud of that. You've been coming to every single one of our lives. I am so happy that you're getting there. Love it. Did anyone get within 100 calories? One day. Ooh, that's really good, Deborah. Huge win. Maybe once. I like this. You guys are really focused and determined. So unfortunately, she is not on our call here tonight, but I'm going to be talking with her tomorrow. But let's all put together our hands for our weekly challenge winner. I need that drum roll. Carrie. Congratulations, Carrie. You worked your butt off with your nutrition this week. You won $20 cash. I'll hit you up tomorrow as well. When I checked on all of your calories for this week on Saturday morning. Carrie crushed her calories. I could not even believe this. I had to double check my math, okay? She averaged only 24 calories under her daily goal. For all 6 days, averaged out, she was 24 calories under her daily goal, people. Absolutely insane. This doesn't happen. Super stoked, okay? This is amazing. She got so much closer than I would have ever guessed. Super proud of her. But that's with a super high day in there too, okay? I believe there was one that was like almost 600 calories over. So most of the days were too low. She had one, okay? But well, not 600. Anyways, it averaged very close. So, but thank you all for crushing this week. You've been so, I want to say just so powerful inside our group and supporting each other, keeping up, the engagement in the group. And remember, that's our winner, right? The one who participates and engages the most. So there's so much time left, right? We got 2 weeks. There's so much time here. No one at all is a shoe-in yet to win at this point. So let's bring the fire this week. So let's get that congratulations for Carrie. Amazing. Work your butt off. I'll reach out to you tomorrow, girl. And yesterday, I announced our second weekly challenge. This week, remember, we're going to hit our calories and protein. So Deborah, that's a very good question you had, okay? So actually, let's see. I'm just going to double check to see if Lucas went in there. Not yet, but good work, guys. And Carrie, congratulations as well. Don't know how far in you got because you just got here a minute ago. You won a prize, girl, so I'll be reaching out to you as well. Awesome. So that was our weekly challenge we're working on this week, right? But it's Tuesday. That means it's time for your second mini challenge. For this week, you're going to eat a vegetable minimum once per day, Wednesday and Thursday. Everyone that did the fruit last week, same thing with your veggies, okay? Building these slow habits. And be sure to post it in the group for your shot at winning your prize. Who knows? Maybe you'll motivate someone else to even eat their veggies. So, hell yeah. Friday, we asked all of you to post a win you had this week, and we would choose 4 winners. Who here participated? Draw me any emoji. Or Jess, if you can't find that emoji, all good. Just drop anywhere there, Jess. Ooh, yes, Lucas is adding some good answers about protein there, Deborah. Like ghost. I did. Hell yeah. Loving these. Awesome. We all had more wins than you posted about, okay? And those who didn't post, you had lots of wins. You just chose not to participate for our prize. I'm giving away 4 prizes for this. Why didn't you just participate? You had some wins, okay? It's time to think about these wins. There's so much positivity in our life, okay? Take a step back and realize how many small wins we're doing. We had some large wins in there this week as well, okay? So I got 4 winners I'm going to give a prize to tonight for our Friday win. They are Carrie, Corinnia, Sierra, and Margaret. All 4 of you, I'm buying you your next coffee. So who's going to participate this Friday too, okay? I'm going to run it again on Friday. So come on, let's get all these prizes out here. Let's keep up that engagement. You're all crushing this progress and building these skills that are honestly priceless. So who's coming to our live with Coach Lucas tomorrow on when we don't have motivation? Draw me the word motivation if you're going to bring the heat tomorrow. Yes, right. We've all gone through this, right? Or we wouldn't be here today. Coach Lucas has an amazing presentation that we're going to go through tomorrow. So we'll see if I can surprise him a bit tomorrow. And we'll go through all of this. Amazing. Motivation. Bringing that heat. Yes, Jess. Love it. I'm going to paste the link again here for anyone that hasn't signed up for tomorrow, since I have it. There you go. But I am looking forward to another night with all your winning faces. You honestly brighten my night. But I'm not a night person, let me tell you. I am a morning person. So thank you to all of you for bringing that fire and motivating me to be my best as well. So have a great night, all. We'll see you tomorrow. And I'm going to go double check to see if Lucas got to the rest of that protein question there. I know he did a really, really good paragraph there for everyone if you want to look at on our live. Night, Jess. Awesome. Can't wait to see you tomorrow, girl. Love this. Bringing that heat. So I'm going to see all of you tomorrow night with Coach Lucas, right? Who's going to bring me that heat? Motivation. Congrats to all the winners. Yeah, we got 6 winners. We got some prizes. Bringing that heat. Yes, bring the heat, more prizes. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Love it. We'll see you all tomorrow and have a great night, everyone. And relax. Remember to take some time for yourself, okay? Self-care is super important. Part of that mindful part of this fat loss journey, right? Perfect. Well, have a great night, everyone, and we'll see you real soon.